Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh my God, of course.
You need to win all the awards.
Oh,
but
thanks.
episode 4 in particular, you must have been so excited.
So excited.
So was there something that was most exciting and something that was most challenging in filming that episode?
All of it was exciting. Like truly every scene I read, even just because I couldn't believe, like obviously the Arkham stuff as like a fan is very exciting. Also knowing like how that shapes her, but also to be like, oh my God, I get to put the uniform on and like be like in the visitation room, like from the movie, like that was so exciting. But kind of every scene in that episode, I couldn't believe it. Like as I was reading it, with the turn of each page, my jaw was on the floor that I was going to be able to get to do this. And I would say, honestly, the only challenging part about it was that we didn't have a ton of time to film it. That was kind of it. It like truly was logistical. Everything else, like even if it's intense stuff to film, is such a you want to be challenged in that way. So I really was excited for that. But yeah, I would say like I wish we'd had, I mean, it all turned out great, but like the schedule of it was like, oh my God, just sort of relentless. I would say that was the most challenging part.
You were phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have a kind of weird niche actor question.
Sure.
So when I was in college, I went to acting school, and I used to put once on playlists for characters a lot.
Oh my God.
But it always makes me want to ask actors who do musicals and are musically gifted if they use music to help with characters.
Yes, I do.
Well, with this, what was more beneficial, using music to kind of find Sophia or using comics, because you have said you were a big Batman fan and you have that connection to that world?
Well, the comics, like, I wasn't familiar with Halloween Kills. I knew going into this that the character is featured in Halloween Kills, but that also they were going to like sort of go away from how she's portrayed. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to stay away from that. So I kind of stayed away from how just her whole history in the comics, and really like focused on what Lauren had written. But music is a huge part of it, for sure. And I had like a really just a good playlist. There was like a lot of SZA, a lot of no, actually, but there was SZA, Rosalia. Like Rosalia was really, they're just kind of like that. Yeah, it was good.
It's an energy.
I get it. It's an energy. A little bit of some Lana. Was in there.
Yes.
Like that. That's the energy. You get it.
Yeah.
Like it's that, and that's what you play every morning as you're like getting. And they were all tailored to her, but that energy. Yeah. Yeah.
So in this Sunday's episode, Sophia decided to team up with Sal.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what's going through her mind in that thought process?
Yeah, I mean,
to form such an alliance.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's sort of like multi-layered, but I would say that like the two strongest parts of it are that it's like the move, because she needs that alliance. It's like a power. It's strategically like the right move, and it's like another way to disrespect her dad. And I would say like that's probably the biggest one. And also she's like very smart and knows what she has to do. So I think it's kind of like delightful that they both that it's like killing two birds with one stone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotta agree with Tessa. Your performance is going to be really hard to beat coming fourth season.
Thank you.
As everybody has already praised for episode 4, I'm just thinking a little bit towards the future. What would be some of the buzzwords in terms of describing the rest of the season?
Without spoiling it?
I don't care. How you do it.
That cares. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like buzzwords. Unleashed.
Badass?
Sure. Vicious. Feral.
Ooh, feral, that's a good one.
And like fabulous. Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah. Outfits are outrageous. Yeah.
Could you actually speak about that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like the team behind
Oh my
it?
God, our wardrobe designer, Helen Wong, she is truly, I what she does on this show with and with everyone across the board. I just think the I don't know, can you say costumes? Wardrobe. The clothes are like so beautiful and do so much for each character. And like certainly, Sophia goes on such a journey with what she wears and her makeup and her hair, and like we were so in step with like wanting that first look of hers to be like she's hiding all of her scars and she's got like everything so buttoned, and even her hair, like you never get to see her like that again. And then that to like the yellow dress was such an incredible journey to take, and that this is how this person who was raised in a mob family where for a woman you get to express yourself via like clothes, hair, makeup, and nails. So like how would that person weaponize that or use that to express where they are now, if those are the tools that they've been given? And so that was like the most fun. I mean, again, especially like as a Batman fan, to get to like collaborate with her and with our hair and makeup department on like how this person looks, unreal. Like so much fun. She killed it.
Also expect to see them at the end of the year for awards season.
I hope they are truly their talent just blew me away every step of the way.
Yeah, great haircut.
Yeah, thank you. I love that haircut.
I love the modern mullets.
The modern mullets. Yeah.
I love the fur that you had in the little was it the sneak peek?
In the sneak peek, yeah.
Yes, because you said feral and you see the blood on the money. You see, you all furred up.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Sophia is so uniquely crafted. Like, are there like other like characters or performances that you kind of like look to and can drew from?
I was talking about this earlier. Like, I actually, when we started, I tried to stay away from everything. Dee Dee, when we first began, we both were so nervous because they're just like, it's like a high pressure environment. You're, like this big sets, it's big. You're shooting really fast. And she told me about this thing that she does where she watches performances for courage. And I started to do that as well. So like not necessarily performances that had anything to do with Sophia, but just like wanting to see other actors like swing for the fences and be like, oh, okay. Or directors or writers swing for the fences. Just like anything that felt like just like encouragements. So I did that, but I sort of tried to stay away from anything that was like of this world, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Can you like what was a particular like moment in a movie that you watched?
I'm trying to think of one that I watched for courage. I mean, I watched Gloria because Dee Dee had mentioned that one, and anything with Gina Rowlands was, like an incredibly courageous performance. I remember watching Woman on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, the Almodovar film, and I feel like this with all of his films, but like everyone is just, it's sort of like opera, while still feeling like very real. And the women in his films are just like, they just go for it, and it's incredible. That's one I remember. So yeah.
Did everybody get a question?
She didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one quick, just what's your favorite scene or defining scene for you as Sophia?
I've had a lot of favorites, but I did love filming the dinner table scene.
Oh yeah.
I loved it, and I loved. I just loved it. I loved it when I read it. I loved shooting it, and we were all in that room for a day, and we all I felt so in lockstep with everyone, with Helen, with the cast, and that was probably one of my favorites
It was pretty cool
of the show.
Also, like the head of the table
I know.
too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
thank you.
cannot wait to see
Yeah.
where
Oh, yeah.
Sophia
It's
goes
good.
from
Yeah.
the end of
I'm in
this.
a room with you. I'm also friends with Leslie Headland, and every
Oh my
time
God,
I'm in a
I
room with
love
you, I'm like,
Leslie.
I should tell her that I'm also.
Oh my God, I love Leslie. How do you guys know each other?
She, I tweeted about Chris Pine, and she followed
Yeah.
me on Twitter, and
Oh
then
my
we just
God.
became friends from there.
I love her. I love her so much.
a great
Her wife
story.
is one of my best friends.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw her back at the premiere, and I texted
Yeah.
Leslie, I'm like, "Are you
Oh my
here?" And she was
God.
like, "No."
Yeah. No, she was. Yeah, she was.
I was like, "Are
Yeah.
you here?" She's like, "No,
No.
Rebecca is." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm aware. That's why."
Yeah. Oh, small world. I love
Thank you
her.
guys so much.
Thank
you
you.
so much.